Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. We're doing an MPD video today, okay? When the narcissist knows you know. This is not the first video on YouTube called that, and that's on purpose, right? Because there's a million of these videos. And they all come at it from a variety of different perspectives, and I don't know, things are a bit basic. So let me start speaking as the narcissist in the room, okay? So, first of all, when the narcissist knows you know what? I assume that it's one of our evil schemes that we're always crafting, that sort of thing, because this is the problem with those videos. They all assume a lot about us to begin with. They're all assuming that we are master manipulators, extremely Machiavellian. Yeah, try saying that word 3 times fast. That we're all very dark triad, psychopathic, scary, cold, calculating, manipulative people. And that's just made up. I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know how to defend against that really, other than to say, but we're not. You know, I've talked many times about how having this condition doesn't come with some sort of superpower. It doesn't automatically make you some sort of master manipulator who can control people and be the puppet master pulling the strings. Where does that come from? Right? Now, look, there's lots of narcissistic manipulative behavior, but who said we're any good at it? Right? Who said that we get this special ability to do that? It's made up, it's fictional. It helps people who hate us. Because if we're all evil and cold calculating, horrible people, then hating us is all right. Yeah? But the truth is, like everything else, much more nuanced. Yeah, can you find people with MPD who are like that? Absolutely. In the same way that you'll find some people without MPD who are like that. It's a weird one. And it really does get approached from this place of hating us. It's a really simple thing to get around. Just don't believe it, right? This is all shades of grey in between, and I'll explain why. So, what you are wanting to hear or expecting to hear is this, you know, we're all horrible people and we're all evil and scheming. So when you discover our plans, we're just going to lose it. We're going to probably gaslight you. That's the thing, because gaslighting is a buzzword at the moment. So we're going to do that because we all do that, just like we all manipulate people. And, you know, probably you're going to fall for it straight away and, you know, just suffer further at the hands of the evil narcissist. And that's just made up. That's not what we're doing. That's not what's happening. See, on the very basic level, your basic narcissist, we're all protecting ourselves from fear, from shame, from guilt. And if we do anything, we're covering those things up. And if you kind of see through what we're doing, then it brings up our shame and our guilt and our fear. And so we need to react accordingly, and some of us will handle that better than others. You're going to see some rage come out, perhaps, some tantrums, some storming off, some crying, some whatever. Basic level childish stuff. Because we don't want to be found out, right? We don't want you to pull down our armor, to break down our walls, to see what we really are behind. And so really what we're reacting to is not even your discovery of us as such, like the breakdown of whatever lie we've told or whatever charade we've concocted, but it's more the exposure of us that distresses us. That peek behind the curtain to see that we aren't the Wizard of Oz, we're just a guy pulling levers. And we're as vulnerable and as scared as little children behind it all. That's what we're kicking off at. Not you, not the fact that we can't manipulate you anymore, or that we have to I don't know. It all stems from this idea that we're the evil, cold, calculating ones, and we have plans for you, and we've sought you out, and we've whittled you down, and we've worn you down, and we've shaped you into the submissive and depressed, broken person that we apparently want you to be, according to YouTube. And so it's difficult for me to sort of discuss it in those terms, because it's just not universally true. It's not the case. It's never been the case for me. What has been the case for me is the much more arrogant approach. This is where I like to think we get onto some pro-level narcissism and leave the basic stuff behind, right? The truth is, if I really want to manipulate you, if I really want to get out of you something in particular, it doesn't matter to me if you know I'm doing that. That's the honest truth about it. It doesn't matter, because do you know what? I have gotten away with it so many times. Why should I care if you know? What if I am trying to manipulate you, if I am trying to get something out of you, what I want is that thing. I don't care if you know. Maybe if I'm doing something on the sly to get that thing and you finding out about it, I might have to change tack and try something different. But by and large, I don't care. Let's move it up a notch from that. I delight in that. I revel in that. I enjoy that. I would like you to know what I'm doing to you. Because if you know, and I still make you do it, look how much control I have over you now. Look how weak you are. Look how strong I am. Because I made you do the thing and you didn't want to do it. And you knew I was making you do it, but you did it anyway. Oh my God. The glee, the hit from that, the energy buzz. It's what I imagine a vampire feels like when they feed. I'm not doing much good for my earlier bit about how we're not all like this. I get that. Maybe I am. Maybe I was. I've done a lot of things in my life, some nicer than others, it's fair to say. And I can give you a lot of instances of ways and times in which I've gotten what I needed out of people. And that can be accomplished in so many ways. See, the fallacy of the narcissist is manipulating you, they're cold and calculating, is that we'll always do something horrible. We'll always mistreat you. We'll always find some way to break you down into doing what we want. And again, that's not true, because we can build you up to get what we want. We can make you feel great. We can drag you into our thing and make you care about it as much as we do. We can bring you in. Manipulation doesn't have to be a negative thing. That's not right. Manipulation doesn't have to be done in a negative way. You can positively manipulate people too. So don't get the impression that just because we're being nice to you necessarily, that we're not attempting to manipulate you, because of course we are. If that is indeed what we're trying to do. I'm not helping my case, am I? I get it. Look, I have been manipulative. This is just something that I have a fair bit of experience with. But I'm telling you, like everything else with NPD, like everything else with narcissism, manipulation is a wall, it is armor. If I can manipulate and control you, then maybe I can get you to see me how I want you to see me, because how I actually am is not something I like. It's really simple. It's annoyingly simple, actually. Right? For the amount of pain and trouble that it causes, for the amount of therapy it took to work out, it just boils down to that. I need to control you. I need to be able to do something because I feel bad about myself. I feel like I need that control because how I view myself is not good. I need to put up this facade. I need to wear this outfit of this person that I wish I was. And I need you to see that too. And so at the base level of narcissism, when we're doing that, look, this comes out in so many ways. Kicking off because the world doesn't see you the way you wish to be seen, because ultimately you are not the way you wish to be seen. And that's what it boils down to. Insecurity, fear, shame, guilt. That's narcissism. That's NPD. They're all the ingredients you need. A little bit of trauma sprinkled on top just to make it that extra little bit spicy. But you know, shame, fear, and guilt just comes from the trauma. I hope that's in some way useful or helpful and informative. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Follow me on Patreon. Book yourself some one-to-ones. Link in the descriptions below to earlymorningbarking.com. Everything you need is on earlymorningbarking.com. You take care. I love you lots. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.